Hey guys, Tim and Adam here, and we want to welcome you back to Flipperflix. You guys know how much Tim loves his foods, and he got to try a new one recently called 3 Wishes.
Yup. Breakfast being my favorite meal, I was excited to try this new cereal out. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and grain-free.
I thought I saw that 3 Wishes is free from wheat, dairy, soy, oats, corn, rice, and peanuts.
That's right. It's plant-based and gluten-free certified, made with modern-day clean ingredients like chickpeas, pea protein, and tapioca.
Well, that sounds like a feat of food science.
One that took 2 years to develop.
Incredible! So what flavor of these 3 Wishes did you devour, Tim? I saw they had cocoa, cinnamon, honey, and unsweetened.
I went with cocoa, and it was delicious.
With 70% less sugar and as much as 8 times the protein of their decadent counterparts, there can't be anything like this on the shelf right now.
And there isn't. 3 Wishes is now offering our listeners 10% off with the code PODCAST10.
So head to their website at www.3wishescereal.com to learn more.
We hope you enjoy this episode. Lifeless eyes, black eyes, a doll's eyes. When he comes after you, he doesn't seem to be living at all until he bites you. Those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. That was Jaws. This is not Jaws.
Oh, okay. I was like, this could definitely be like Tim going from like what's the wolf movie that you love?
Yeah, Dog Soldiers.
Finish.
We'll get there
one.
eventually. I don't know if there's a good quote in that. I probably should have looked at that instead, but the Jaws came to mind first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of fit, but yeah, I'm Tim, and this
Hi,
is
Tim.
Flipperflix, and that was a Jaws quote. We didn't watch Jaws, but it kind of fits, so enjoy.
So yeah, like Tim said, we're Flipperflix, and we have social media. Why is Sam making a grumpy face? She's grump today.
You make faces at me
I know, right?
when I try to do social
No,
media.
you're not allowed to make faces.
Rude.
I know, right? Anyways, so yeah, you can hit us up on Instagram or Twitter at Flipperflix, and we have a website, www.flipperflix.wixsite.com/home. I said that really fast, so if you just want to go ahead and click on Instagram or Twitter or Google it, maybe. I don't know.
Episode deets.
Episode deets have it sometimes, yeah. Not on Anchor, which is our hosting platform, but on Spotify you can click it. It's weird. Yeah, we release our episodes at 7.
Do we release our
I
episodes? I don't think
I'm
we've
editing
ever
around
released...
7 normally,
Yeah.
and it's around 7 right now. We release them at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. Also not the 7th day of the week. Anyways, yeah, we're on most platforms, including like Apple Podcasts, where you can rate us. That really helps us bring in more folks like you who like us, right?
Yeah.
I hope.
I hope that's why you're
Same.
here.
Yeah, I know,
Sure.
right? Like,
But
Right,
I guess
maybe.
it's not required. You can hate
yeah.
us and still like hate listen if
yeah,
that's a thing.
true. I don't know if I've personally done that, but
I haven't, but
Tim?
you never know.
No? Okay. Yeah, I'm Adam, and I'm going to pass it off to Sam this fine evening.
Yes, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
He stole my thunder. This week we watched The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and we got it because... Why did we get it? Wordplay?
It was Wordplay.
Well, technically it was straight to video, but they had mercy on my soul, and they were like, don't... She's not going to pick another straight to video, and I was like, thank goodness.
She kept getting it.
We re-rolled, and we got Wordplay, and so Adam picked Werewolf, and Tim picked Cross. Is that correct?
Yes.
Cross.
Okay. And so I didn't really want to pick one that was like your typical werewolf movie, although that was tempting. I kind of wanted to pick one that we all hadn't seen because I know Tim is like very well versed in the werewolf world. And so I didn't want to make him, right? And I didn't want to make him watch one, even though I'm sure he would have enjoyed them. But I thought it would be fun if we all watched a new one.
Yeah, you could have just taken the scapegoat of like Van Helsing.
Yeah, there were a lot of scapegoats.
Yeah, and Wolves and Cross are
Yeah.
not weird.
Like, it wouldn't be that hard. So, anywho, so that one is available on Epix, which is available through Apple TV, but I don't know if Epix has its own streaming platform.
It's got its own app. It's owned by MGM, so it's probably going to be moving to Amazon here soon.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Well, that's the thing is I noticed because I was just looking around a little bit because I wasn't sure if I was going to watch this before it fell off of Apple TV, which was today, because it said like the 6th or whatever, and I was like, well, I might not be able to watch it until the 6th.
Yeah.
But it gave me you had all of the 6 to watch it. But anyway, you can actually get a free trial of Epix on Amazon and watch it there. So if you want to get something like this and watch it, you get like 7 days, and then it's like $6 after that. So I was like, heck yeah. So I had some avenues there. So other people have options.
Yeah, and I think Epix now is like, if you go through their website and get it like the app, it's $3 for the first 3 months, $3 a month for the first 3 months, and then it goes to the $6 afterwards.
Yeah, so like I don't know if Epix is worth your time.
My parents used to have it always.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So then maybe it is.
Yeah, I do remember from back in the day. But...
Yeah, cable, man.
Yeah.
What's this movie about, Sam? I know you keep trying to talk about it.
Not very hard. But the synopsis is, a stressed out police officer struggles not to give in to the paranoia that grips his small mountain town as bodies turn up after each full moon.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm allowed because it's a full moon. You're allowed to ooh at like a spooky full moon. Yeah.
Films, yeah. If you want to count that as this.
What were your expectations? So Sam, I want to bring this up. Spoilers, but Sam actually had this on her watch list for months.
Did I?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because we talk a lot.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. I want to watch that once it comes out. And I'm like, okay. It's never coming to a streaming platform that we watch on, but okay.
Which is accurate.
We got lucky with Epix.
Yeah. But I guess I'll just go into why I picked it. So, like I said, I wanted it to be like a new werewolf movie, and then everything that I read said that it was a horror comedy, so I was desperately hoping it would be like The Dead Don't Die, but like werewolf version, so I was like, please let it be that. So that's basically boiled down to why I picked it and what I was expecting.
Oh. How about you, Tim?
Yeah, I remember you saying that when we were like talking about it, and I was like, that's cool. Sure, I'm into that. Absolutely. So I don't know. I mean, I was eager to watch this, and like it was almost like too eager, because I almost when we picked it, I was about to sit down and watch it immediately. And I was like, I can't. Yeah, it was like
you'll forget it.
Yeah, it was either like I could watch it then, or I had to wait till essentially now. And I was like, oh shit, I want to watch it now. So every day I was like trying to think of a time that I could watch it. And I just didn't have the chance to.
Yeah.
And then I was really worried because you were like, hey, it's there until the 6th, and I was really worried about
that.
You're
like, crap!
You're like, crap. And it's like, it listed as until the 6th. So you're like, is it like 6, like midnight on the 6th?
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Or 11:59 on the 6th.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it was kind of funny.
I was excited to watch this movie. I mean, even if it wasn't, like, we'll get into it more, but I'm like...
what? We're going to get into this?
What? Even if it wasn't a horror comedy or whatever, however you want to take it, like, I don't know. The description of it sounded cool. The fact that I hadn't, like, heard of it.
That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know they still made, like, there was still werewolf movies being made. I thought people were, like, over with this shit or something. Which I hate because I love, like, that kind of shit. Or you get, like, Twilight type stuff. And I'm like, I'm not into that. But,
he's only a little bit.
Long expectation,
Check out our episode.
But there you go.
No, that's fair. And that brings up something else that it is pretty recent. It's from, like, what, last year?
Yeah, it came out in 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, so nice. But, Adam?
Yeah, so let me take back what I said. This was not on Sam's watch list. This was on my watch list.
Okay, I was like, I definitely don't remember, but this could be one of those things.
It seemed like a Sam watch list.
Well, if the trailer plays off as a horror comedy, it definitely is her.
Yeah.
She loves that shit.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently I was interested in seeing it at some point. Take what I said about Sam and throw it in for me. Yeah, I actually expected this to be, for some weird reason, thought this was a bigger production. Not like independent film. Which, by the way, it's an independent film.
Look at us. Adding some more indies to our bucket.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. So I had my expectations were a little higher because I was expecting like big budget film.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching, I'm like,
wait a minute.
I pulled out my phone ever so briefly just to be like, okay, yeah, that budget's a little bit lower than a big budget film. Just a bit lower. Mm-hmm. A lot. But I was excited, and then when the movie first started, it said Orion Pictures, and I was like, why am I excited for that?
Yeah.
And then, I'm just rolling in from my expectations to the start.
Fair. Go ahead.
Yeah. Tim, did you recognize Orion Pictures?
It sounded familiar.
Okay, so here are 4 movies from it. 2 old ones, 2 new ones.
Okay.
RoboCop, the original.
The OG.
Silence of the Lambs.
Wow.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Nice.
And Child's Play. So I know it from Bill and Ted's.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% know it from that. I don't know why I thought I was like, oh yeah, I know this production company. No, I don't. Oh shit. Anyways, so yeah, we can get moving on the actual film now.
Okay. Well, in the intro, I thought it was cool that they like flipped the mountains upside down. Did you guys notice that?
Yes.
I thought that was cool. I don't know why. I liked it.
I kind of got a Shiny-esque feel. I know none of the music sounded the same. It's just long wintry.
That very first bit after they find her, or after the boyfriend finds the girl, I was like, all right, this is hitting good. Like that music right there, I was like, I'm gonna love this movie. I don't know. For some reason, I was like, it's gory, it's about werewolves, and it just hit right there. And I was like, the music was good. The music's gonna be on point. I'm ready for this.
Yeah. Before she even dies, they get her like this dive bar or something.
Yeah.
And they're drinking wine?
I don't really know.
So I was watching them drink a rosé, and I was like... It could have
been like what's
cider?
the German hot wine? What are they...
Mead?
Not mead.
Because they're definitely not drinking mead out in the middle of nowhere,
it's
Utah.
not mead. I can't think of what it's called.
I'm going to go ahead and guess Snow Hollow,
wine.
Utah does not have that.
I don't know. I mean, in snowy areas...
That's true.
But what they were drinking out of, I wouldn't assume it was hot. But
yeah, they also like drinking isn't that big in Utah because it's so Mormon.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Well, the drinking so much. Yeah, the drinking.
That's true.
Didn't so much bother me as it just felt like it made them seem out of place because it was like a woody like.
I felt like it. I mean, I think it was supposed to, right?
Yeah, like to like make them feel like, oh, look how bougie we are, you know.
Yeah, and then he gets into the fight with the random other patron.
Yeah.
He starts arguing, and then the other guy behind him, he's like, oh, I got a question for you. Is it going to be a rude question?
I know, I thought that was hilarious.
that was a good line, yeah.
I loved that line. I don't know why. Like, that dude just, like, had, like, 3 lines in the entire film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, it also, yeah, and then that just whole scene, like, the guy being upset felt super forced. Not that it was like a bad scene or anything. I'm saying like, why is this guy so aggressive? He's on vacation, but they kind of explain it there at the table, and he gets upset for his he says
his brother
and stuff like that, and I'm like, sure, but why let something like that offend you? Words only have power when you let them or you give them the power that they have. Like it doesn't. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
It just bothered you?
Yeah, it bothered me. But then...
Well, maybe it was supposed to make him look like a hothead. Maybe us to think that he did it, even though we know he doesn't.
It was an introduction of a character. I think that's how it was used.
Yeah.
It was used to introduce a character that doesn't have a lot of spotlight, but you also had to know that he was kind of a suspect, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like he's supposed to be on your mind throughout the film.
Yeah.
That's how I would see it. But
then we get to Tim's bloody gore mess.
But before that...
Oh, we're just going to keep trying to get to it and then go back.
Before that, the Airbnb doesn't... I assume it's an Airbnb.
It is.
Doesn't have silverware. And so he, like, rams a chopstick into the wine. And I just don't think that would work.
I mean, it would shove the cork down into it.
Right. But then he, like, swigs from it. So, like...
I mean, he would still be able to drink it.
I just don't buy it. Like, I feel like the chopstick would have broken.
I mean, what's to buy about it?
Like, corks are hard. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I agree.
Okay,
I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, wait. He uses... Yeah. No, I agree.
Are you
that
saying
shit
the
would have
corks...
broke.
Okay.
Yeah, like, the chopstick can't be used as a corkscrew. Because I feel like it would have shattered. And then he would have had, like, half a chopstick in a cork. And, like, okay, maybe he gets enough force on it, right? But then the cork's in the wine, so...
That's not abnormal.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories from school.
Oh.
People don't have corkscrews, so they just shove the cork into the bottle.
Oh, and it works fine?
It works okay.
I feel like you don't
And
get all your wine.
At some point, it's really hard to pour because the cork is blocking.
Has absorbed it, yeah.
Well, absorbed it or like
wedged itself.
Wedges it, yeah.
That's what I was thinking originally, but then I was like, hold up. I feel like the chopstick would straight up break. So anywho, that was kind of like annoying, and then I was annoyed. I would have been annoyed if the Airbnb didn't have everything that I needed, but whatever. It is what it is. I know many times we have gone and brought wine and not had the forethought to bring a corkscrew, so I thought that
we have like
It
5
always
corkscrews
happens.
in our house.
Yeah, I felt like that was at least believable. I was like,
Yeah.
I can relate to that quite a bit.
But now we get to the bloody
Fine,
mess.
God.
Tim's here for the blood and gore.
Okay,
Sure.
not the chopstick wine theory.
No.
Okay, that's
Or the wine at a bar.
Yeah,
Our-
nothing
our,
about the
confusing-
wine.
We're stuck on the wine. Tim's like, blood.
What
That's
is it
fair.
that you wanted to say about it?
Oh, that
That
part of
it
the body's
exists?
missing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Ooh.
The sheriff rolls up. Was there sexual, like, assault?
We don't know yet. It's missing.
We don't know yet.
What? I was like, is
Asked
that
it
what
like
this
3
movie's
more
gonna be about?
times.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because at that point I was like, is this just going to be a movie about how that's always gone? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
boy.
snatcher, but I was glad that that was just the first body.
Well, the fucking sheriff... Was it the sheriff's son? Because they have different last names.
Yeah, I thought it was his son.
That's what I thought.
You talking? Yeah.
'Cause he
the-
always called
the,
him Dad.
Like main character guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Unless
definitely his son.
Yeah, I was like... I just figure, like, normally when somebody's like sheriff, last name, right?
Right.
They would match.
Yeah, you would assume John Marshall and Sheriff Hadley would share the same last name.
Potentially. I mean,
I don't know. I was looking at the names and was confused. For
yeah,
some
that is a little odd, but I mean, it's
It's
definitely his
not
dad with how the rest of the
unheard
movie
of.
goes.
100% with
Yeah.
him calling him dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, dude, like, the son, John, who
Mm-hmm.
has, like, 90 meltdowns, he's talking about the vagina being missing, and he's like, oh, somebody might use it as a fleshlight. And I was like, I
Yeah,
can't tell
he's
you.
just
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever heard somebody actually say those words in a movie.
I know.
It's like, I feel like it's like one of those things people know about and just don't talk about. Yeah? Yeah.
Sort of. I've seen it in plenty of stuff.
Cool. I don't know how to, I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, that's it. All right. They're mostly in like raunchy shows, like
That's what I was
Blue Mountain
thinking. Like
State.
the one. That's what I was thinking. I was
Blue Mountain
Other
State
stuff
has
like
like a
that.
whole episode on it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the episode that killed it for you, Sam.
Really?
Yeah.
that show's amazing.
Well, for Sam.
I mean,
It
it's
was a little
like
too much
okay,
for
I
me.
shouldn't say amazing. It's good
funny.
trashy TV.
Yeah.
It's like a guy's trash TV.
Yeah. But anywho,
I was waiting for somebody to.
pivot from the flashlight. His dad was pretty funny to me, I thought.
Yeah.
Because, like, when he, like, kind of first comes in to the police station and he's, like, talking to his dad, he was, like, clearly stressed out about the first case, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, do you feel like you're having a heart attack right now? And he's like, yeah, since about August. And I was like, man, that's a long time. And then, like, I think he gets some, like, angry emails or something else that makes him mad. And he's like, this is worse than my birthday. And I just thought that was funny. I don't know. I liked
Yeah.
his dad. He was a good character.
Yeah, he was talking about how he's gotten more emails about this than he gets emails about his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just super annoyed about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can relate.
Yeah. No, that was great.
Right? And then we go to a ski resort,
Yeah.
and then we get another murder. Murder.
Yeah, like, kind of like right away.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's kind of what you expect with a werewolf movie.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, monster movies, I think we discussed this in the host.
Mm-hmm.
They either kill, like, 4 people or 300.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no in between. Nobody kills, like, 20.
Yeah, and I think, like, as we were first meeting her, Adam was like, oh, there's a lot of characters. And I was like, well, they probably had to kill, like, 3 or 4 people, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
a werewolf movie. So we got to get them in
Yeah.
to get them out, basically.
Then, why did the sheriff's son just start... Is he a deputy? I don't know. He's
Yeah,
got the
technically.
It was like he had a sheriff's badge on.
They
but
all
it
wear a
didn't read-
badge like that, but he
Okay.
would be a deputy, yeah.
Yeah. So he like randomly punches, like the guy's talking about werewolves, and he just punches the dude, and he like was like, "Hey, come here for a second. We gotta go talk over here." And just decks him, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't
did
understand
not
why
get that.
he like started fight, and then like he shoves snow in his face and stuff, and then he comes back and he's not there, and I'm like, wait, did he just like off the dude, or what are we talking about here?
Yeah, and then they like go to the meetings, and he gives him like a little care package.
Yeah, and he like fired him, I guess.
Yeah, he fired him right there.
Yeah,
I'm like, the fuck is going on here?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming because the guy just is not good at his job.
Well, yeah, he was talking about how he leaked it to, like, John said that the dude leaked it to the press.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm sure that was a bad move. You
Yeah, they didn't
typically
want
want
that.
something like this.
Yeah. But I gotta say, this guy at work is a whole vibe. Like, he's very angry, so I won't say that I can relate to, like, all of that. But when he's like, I'm begging you, just please do your job. Just do your job. I'm like, that's a whole vibe, you know? Like, I
Yeah.
get it. And he's, like, having, like, mental breakdown after mental breakdown, and I'm like, whew, that's rough, buddy.
I mean, and
like,
you,
I don't
and you
know.
know that in the beginning it shows he's an alcoholic, and he's like in the.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like,
he's
it
gonna
seemed
break
like a
down
DD.
again.
Yeah.
A
He's
DD.
gonna break down.
Yeah, it seemed like an Alcoholics Anonymous sort of thing. But I was like, is it? At one point, I was like, is it an anger management thing? Like,
No,
is
it
it the
was
alcohol
right off the
that only
bat.
makes him mad? Okay.
I mean, I think it's just in general it was just an alcohol thing because he almost
Yeah.
like immediately starts drinking again.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
wasn't very long.
Yeah, this movie kind of was clipped very awkwardly in spots where I was trying to figure out the story because like it would cut to them investigating the scene, cut back to the girl about to get murdered, cut back to the investigation, cut back to the murder, cut back to them at a table.
Yeah, I was going to say, there are some weird scenes that kind of took me out of it. One of them was at the ski lodge, where we first meet the first victim, and, like, it zooms in really close to her, and you just, like, see her look at the camera.
There's a lot of looking at the camera.
I assumed that was like she saw somebody that kind of bothered her that walked by.
Yeah.
Like, because I even rewound it there, and I was like, what did I miss something? Because I looked down to take notes for some reason, and then I looked back up, and she's, like, staring at the camera. I was like, did somebody, like, flash by and I missed something? Like, did I blink and miss something?
Yeah.
Nope, she just stares at the camera uncomfortably.
Yeah, and then, like,
Okay.
they do it later. I think it's for the third death, where the girl police officer, like, backs up against the fence, and she, like... So I think it... Like, the idea was for those scenes to, like, build tension, because the music was very, like,
Yep.
heavy-handed and stuff, but it just felt really weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So, normally I don't err on the side of, like, I want movies to be longer, just because I feel like there's a lot of fluff in a lot of movies, but I almost do wonder if this one could have been a little bit longer.
It was
in
only
some-
84 minutes.
Yeah, like, it could
Yeah.
have gone a little bit more to, like,
A little
flesh
more
out
mystery
some more
and-
of these ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would have
I
benefited
agree.
from that.
Right.
Just because that felt really weird.
Yeah. But, yeah, the detective... So she's actually a detective, according to IMDb.
Okay.
The female cop.
That makes sense. She's the one that's always going around talking to people and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it only her? Like, there are like 4 cops here.
Yeah.
But she, like, they're all joking about it being a werewolf after he fired the dude. And he's like, oh, we all laugh about it until the pictures come in. And then she
Yeah.
just shows all the pictures and it was like, oh, Tim's happy there's gore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the third victim, he randomly sits with her at a table.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
forgot
the
that?
I
one
forgot
where
one of them. Yeah.
The baby one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he
I
sits
forgot
down
about her.
and talks to her, and for a second I was like, he sounds like John. He
Yeah.
sounded like him.
Oh,
was
I
like-
thought that too.
But then he gets up and walks, and you see he's super fucking tall, and you're like, that's not him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
I definitely did get vibes that it was, like, John for some reason. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was just, like, the voice in that scene, but then also, like,
His
you
mental
see him
breakdowns.
just... Yeah, he just keeps, like, breaking down and getting very angry, and I was like, okay, so are they, like, trying to tell us that it's him?
Or trying to use that as a red herring.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
But it was very... I don't know. It was kind of his story outside of work was kind of weird. Like the broken family thing.
Yeah.
But like his daughter is like super insightful. That's why I was saying like maybe it could have been fleshed out more. Like he like sits down with his daughter and he's like breaking down over the case, right? And she's like, do you think maybe this is related to your mom leaving you? Like, super insightful kid. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like,
I didn't get that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
But
so that didn't really make any sense to me.
yeah, another line I had. It was when
From the daughter.
No, it's from the third victim.
Okay.
The mother. I know he was local because he said y'all.
I liked that.
Tim, did people around you say y'all?
Yes. Yes
Yeah.
and no. It depends. Like, it's very. How do I explain this? It's like certain parts of the area. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was like when she said that, I was like, dude, people say y'all everywhere.
They say it everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
was
definitely
like-
more prevalent in certain areas. Like, I don't just
Like
walk
the
around
South?
y'all, and it's supposed to be like one of the most commonly used words. So
Huh.
yeah, I also took that as kind of like funny. I was like, well, that's everywhere. So
Yeah. Sam and I were like, like y'all down here is like, I'm weird that I don't say y'all. I do my best not to. It'll slip occasionally.
Yeah.
Sam says it.
Yeah.
She's a y'aller.
I am. I don't know. It seemed odd to me to be like, I agree that it's everywhere, but at the same time, I was like, do people in Utah say y'all? Like, I don't know. That was one of the states where I was like, if somebody's not going to say it, I feel like it'd be the people out west. I don't know
Yes.
why.
That being said,
no,
It's a
I'm
small-
pretty sure it's very prevalent out there.
it was
So there you
also
go.
like a tourist area. So
Right.
if anybody from the fucking South goes
Oh,
there,
true.
how y'all doing tonight? I hear that all the time.
I don't know. That was just an odd
I know.
situation.
I know. Sorry, I derailed us with that, but we eventually see this drug addict just doing drugs like crazy.
Yes, right after I had decided John was the werewolf, they showed us this guy with
So
his
you
wolf
fell
tattoo.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Sam,
did.
Sam fell for it, but yeah, I fell for it too. I mean,
I couldn't
think
figure
this-
it out who it was.
I don't think they like showed him.
They didn't
they showed
really
him
like
once.
give you the option. Yeah, exactly. And the only hint is one we've talked about. I guess.
He's tall as fuck.
Yeah, he's tall as fuck. That was like the only hint. And for some reason, yeah, I don't know. That's what I didn't go with that.
Yeah,
I just took that as like a weird encounter, which I shouldn't have.
yeah. For me, so when they showed that henna tattoo, not the henna tattoo, it was a real tattoo, but it brought me back to 18-year-old Adam getting a wolf henna tattoo. That was eerily similar to that tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah, I got rash and shit from it. I'm apparently allergic to whatever's in henna.
I think there's like bee
The
stuff
types
in
of
it, right?
leaf stuff and whatever.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah. That's all right though.
So you're saying your wolf henna tattoo was like not worth
It was not.
everything that you went through?
No. It was itchy and red. You couldn't show off a red fake tattoo.
I mean, you could have.
You
You could have
could.
been like, look at my henna tattoo. And people would be like, dude, you all right? And you'd be like, no, but look at it.
Yeah. But going on later, we have John sitting down with the detective lady. And he's like, at one point, like, have women had it this bad always?
Since the medieval time.
Since the medieval time? And I'm like,
And she just kind of like deadpans him. And I'm like,
that's the appropriate response.
mm-hmm.
I was like, the Salem witch trials much?
Yeah.
Woman's intelligent. She got burned at the stake.
Yeah.
She's a witch.
I forget why they were even talking about that.
Because he's like, you think it's a woman too, right? I mean, you think it's a man too, right? Like, it's weird that it's only attacking women.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it comes up.
Have women had it bad since the medieval
Oh
time?
my god.
Deadpan.
Mm.
I
Accurate.
love how she's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That look, like,
How sheltered were you, sir?
Oh, man.
oh.
I will say the most confusing part, outside of the clips, was the fact that there was a full moon every night. Was this over months?
It
or
had
was
to.
I
Then-
assumed it was jumping and
Yeah.
that, or like it wasn't actually full moons when everything was happening, but whenever they showed, it was a full moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
confusing.
know.
I would not have, like, but it seemed like it was Christmas the whole time.
Yeah, that was weird too, because I kept being like, oh damn, it must have been a long time, because we've seen like 4 full moons, right? That's at least like 4 months.
Yeah.
But we're still talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was waning at the end, like the very last part where they capture him, right? But
yeah,
it's been a full moon every night the whole time, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess I had just assumed that I was willing to forgive the Christmas situation and be like, yeah, it's been like 4 months, and they just like haven't made it explicitly clear.
Well, that would make so much more sense with them being angry. The town, like, oh, it's been 4 months, people just keep dying, rather than you haven't solved it. It's been 2 days.
Yeah, basically like once a month somebody's dying.
Yeah.
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 That would make more sense to me.
Yeah.
Just didn't flow that way. But they, again, probably because it was a shorter movie.
That's what I was
so
thinking.
So it just kind of like was stunted in that aspect. But
yeah, they'll be like, they'll get it. It's good.
Yeah.
Which we sorted.
That being said, I think it flowed fine because it kept me like engaged with it. I mean, I was flat out into this movie the entire time. No problem at all. But I think, yeah, that's partially because it was told well, and the characters were super cool, or just had like a lot of depth to them for the most part. Like John, I actually like John a lot. I don't know if it was just the actor or like just how crazy John would go sometimes.
Yeah.
I just
He
like
was
sometimes
insane.
I could like relate to him, and I was like, oh no.
Tim's
But then I'm like, well, I
okay.
don't drink that much, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alcoholic because that's a huge sign of alcoholism to drink a lot. So,
Yeah.
That was
but
like
I was
step
like,
1, drink daily.
yeah, drink at every possible chance. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I like related to a lot of this shit he was going through because he was just like mad at like these other people just like not wanting to do their job or
I feel like a lot of people
like
can relate
being
to that.
lazy about it or being like that's not my job. It's like that's literally your job.
Yeah.
It's especially with the coroner, they're all doing it. They're all like that is your job. They even like say it multiple times. So I don't know. I related to John a lot, but I think a lot of acting was really good in this movie, which it's always interesting to me because I didn't know anyone in the movie.
Really? I knew three people.
Oh,
knew
except
the
for
girl.
the dad. I knew the dad.
I knew the dad. I knew the first
sheriff, I guess.
dude, and I knew the girl, the detective.
Yeah.
And the lady and her child. That lady looked familiar.
I did not recognize her. She was way down on the list.
Yeah, she. Yeah, I for some reason feel like I've seen her in something else. I'm not sure what yet, but
He'll find it one day.
yeah, it'll pop up one day. That's how I know you. But I don't know. I just had to like do a shout out to John's character because I think that actor like nailed it, and then just in general, like his character was super like I don't know,
Well,
kept you
I
in
have
the
news
movie.
for you later.
Oh great.
No, good news. It's good news.
Yeah, still oh great.
No, I agree. I definitely think like John's a vibe, especially at work.
Oh yeah.
Right.
What'd you think of?
Ah!
Dude's daughter breaks out of her house during a curfew to go make out with
man.
her boyfriend when they could have stayed in their empty house.
I didn't understand that.
You're
I
not
was
even
like,
gonna ask how I am? No, god damn it! I fucking he's like, no!
Dude bailed the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that was like the worst situation ever. Because I was like, I get it, you're teenagers, right? Like, you want to have, like, I don't know, you want to be bad or whatever. So you're going to, like, make out in the car.
Right.
Even though the empty house is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then, like, the fact that her dad shows up and she doesn't have any pants on, I'm like, Lori Lou, this is terrible. Like, I hate this so much. And, like, clearly, like, their relationship is strained, right? And I just thought it was funny, like, some of his weird dad moments, like,
When he goes to the person's house and just breaks in and punches the kid.
yeah, and the lady's just like, "What did you do?" Like she's like
my
not
God.
even on her son's side.
He's wearing the towel around his face. Yeah, and as soon as she sees, like, I loved that scene, how it was done. It was so like realistic. That was weird how I just said that. Realistic in an aspect, because he comes in there and
so
she's
excited.
like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" And like just starts beating the shit out of this kid, and then she maces him, which mace gets everywhere. So if she were to do that, it would have gotten on both of them, on her as
it
well.
did hit
It'd be
both of
stuck.
her.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they got like secondary spray, but like it would have been, that room would have basically like stunk like it for a while.
Oh no.
But I love how he just is like coughing and like nonchalantly walks into the kitchen and starts pouring the milk on himself. And then she's just like pissed at the kid, knowing he's the sheriff, you know, like the sheriff and stuff. Like, it was so great. She's just like, all right, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because
so
if you
good.
like, if he was reasonable, he could have just been like, I need to talk to your fucking son right now.
Yeah.
Well,
And
this
she
guy's
would've let him
obviously
in.
not a reasonably mind person.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
know.
He takes
He's
it to
very
the
out
extreme.
there, yeah.
He goes 0 to fuck. What's the
To a million.
To a million,
basically.
Yeah.
to infinite anger? But yeah, I was like, I legitimately wrote down. I was like, you're the sheriff, man. Like, just knock on the door and be like, I need to talk to your motherfucking son,
Yeah.
daughter, fucking son.
Yeah. Yeah. That was just, I don't know. That whole thing was great. And then I don't know, to tie it all back, like the fact that he got his daughter pepper spray for communion made me lol, because like that's not a normal gift, and she even says that, like, who gives somebody that? And I'm like,
That's
like,
not a normal gift, Dad.
I don't know. At first you're like, okay, whatever, but then as you see John the rest of the movie, you're like, oh yeah, checks out. Like,
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
But it's funny, though, is I think that actually is a very normal gift.
I've gotten mace before for
for
Christmas.
communion though.
No, yeah,
Not for
Christmas.
communion, but like, I know plenty of people that got a little keychain
Yeah.
pepper spray when they went to
Like
college.
when they went. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tons
of
That makes
people
more
did.
sense.
Yeah,
My sister did. I was in my senior year, so I also did.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
did
that makes
tons.
sense. But communion?
Communion.
Yeah.
How
that's a
old are you
little-
during communion?
You're in second grade.
So you're like 9, right?
Yeah. Unless maybe we could say, like, oh, it's a recent gift. Like, she got her communion late, right? And so, like, it is kind of
Unlikely.
like a college communion, but...
Which, by the way, we had the wordplay. There's no explicit cross in it, but I mean, we're referencing communion,
That's true.
True. We're stretching a little there, and the
Yeah.
funerals. I mean,
which took place in a church. Probably had a cross. There was a priest or some minister.
Yeah.
Something. There was something there, right?
I think
right,
it's
guys?
enough of a stretch. Like, we went into it assuming, like,
There would
it's
be a
really hard to
church.
cover that. I think, like, the main one was Wolf, right? We like nailed that on the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting across was difficult. I don't know. I'm making excuses for us, but I mean, I think
We
I
haven't
don't
seen
care.
the movie, so
Yeah.
we want
I
to
know,
check
I
it out
know.
now.
seen it, so it's like, what do you want from us?
It's better than the breakfast at Twilight.
Yeah, we're
Where there
making
was no breakfast.
we're making excuses for problems that we don't have. I feel like, but
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not being
no
graded.
one asked. Where are we at?
Oh shoot! I'm gonna roll back when John's at the library and he's like reading all.
Oh,
this
I
creepy
love
stuff.
that scene. Yeah.
Hey man, maybe if the cop that gets all the spooky books, you don't just wake him up.
Yeah,
like that.
you don't just wait. I love how he made it. Huh?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I love that he like makes it sound like he's reserved and like he didn't shoot
Yeah,
him, but somebody else would.
exactly.
I know.
Like, he's not the wild card.
Yeah, he's the one that would have gone nuts. Everyone else would have been super chill about it, but yeah.
Yeah, I
That
know.
was fucking great.
And just the fact that he calls them all spooky books. I was
I
like,
know.
yes.
Oh my god.
We actually, after the whole scenario where his dad dies, we get basically to the end where the dude ODs with the wolf tattoo.
Hmm.
Yes.
And
they're
you're like,
that was him. idiot."
they are, and you're like, no, it wasn't. You're just thinking yourself. You're like, no, because they
It's-
showed him earlier too.
Yeah. But they were like, it's still going on. I doubt it was him.
Yeah.
And then I liked how he was going around trying to return everything. He got spit right in the mouth.
Oh yeah. The one lady, I think it was
She was real pissed.
that had. I think that was the mom,
Of the dog, like
Yeah.
the mom and the daughter. Yeah.
I think
victim
so.
the
number
grandma.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, just spits him right in the mouth.
Yeah. That was rough.
Then I love how the guy's name is PJ, first victim that was gonna propose,
Gotcha. Okay.
boyfriend. He calls and like gives the detective like, he's like, hey, yeah, I'm not sending any of this shit back, but like, you guys left this here.
Yeah.
All right.
Like what? It was like a little seam ripper.
Yeah. And if you notice, the detective girl, she got thread because she looks at it. She has a box
Oh,
of
yeah,
evidence.
she does.
And she looks at it, and she's like, it's like, that's weird. Almost as if it wasn't in there before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't catch it. I was like, why? I don't get how she... I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I thought it was like a taxidermy knife because he had checked out the book and it had like weird like mini knives.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally forgot that like she looked at the thread and was like, that's weird. I was like, oh, that is weird, but like I don't understand what's happening here. Because I think the knife scene was after that, right? When he calls.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I just like, I don't know. My brain checks out in movies sometimes. I'm like, whatever. But that's actually a really cool detail.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. But yeah, John goes over to the dude's house. Is like, oh, you want me to pour a little extra something in your drink? And like they're having a coffee. And then he's leaving. He's like, hey, can you actually stand up straight?
Oh my god, I loved that. And the whole facial expression of both of them right there. She was just like, wait. Which is weird that the guy wasn't standing up tall. How tall was that guy supposed to be?
He's like 6'11".
I was going to say, because the other dude was 6'5" that they thought was the killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
dude was a monster.
That's tall. And then this dude is fucking hunchbacking so nobody can see how tall he is.
That's what I was confused about. Because I was like, I knew he was sitting down in his own house. But the guy...
I could tell he was tall, but like, because he was just string bean.
Yeah, but like, they had stuff from him, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, did he not stand up to like his full height, like when you previously saw him, right? Like, so that kind of confused me. But maybe he was hunchbacking. But go ahead, Tim.
I'm not sure if it was just kind of like, it kind of, right, all of that right there was clicking, and that was kind of like his way of being like, I figured you out. At the last second, he was like, oh, this is him. And then it was kind of like telling the guy that I know it's you, is how I felt about it more of than anything else. But I love how he does it, and John just goes, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't going well. I'm gonna have to take you in, man.
Yeah,
he didn't even like try and like hide that he was asking about it.
No,
like,
not really.
He's just like, I was like, you could have probably tried to do it a little sly.
Yeah, but I kind of liked, like Tim was saying, that like it was both of them like kind of had the realization together.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, like I liked that moment better than being like trying to hide it and get away with it.
Yeah.
And like, I think just in the beginning of all that scene too, he goes to the guy's house and you kind of know that it's that guy at that point.
Yeah.
Because you feel it, and then you know, and the guy's just asking, and you could tell how, like, even the guy's acting really well, because it kind of feels like he's trying to, like, relive it and be happy. He's, like, showing off that he didn't get caught.
Yeah,
and he's, like, super
basically.
interested in it. And then that happens, and then he jumps through the window, and then weirdly the guy puts his fucking wolf suit on.
I know.
Yeah.
I was so
After
confused
he
by that.
stabs the shit out of John.
Yeah.
Oh. God.
Craziness.
Dude. I just don't get the wolf. Like, the wolf costume, I get it, because, like, he was trying to pretend to be a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
But why put it back on?
Yeah, right
like,
there. I guess because he was caught and he figured he was dead. I don't know. That's how I took it. He figured he was done for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they try and, like, do, like, a little thing at the end, or, like, the detective lady, now sheriff
Trying
lady.
to pretend that John's dead, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You knew he wasn't, but...
Yeah.
I was like, he got stabbed. There was people right there.
It takes a lot of stabs to kill someone.
Yeah, you got to be right. You got to be particular.
I mean, it takes a lot, from what I know.
Tim, yeah, okay. Dun, dun, dun.
I was also a little sad. Yeah, I mean, given that he got stabbed like that, I don't know. Anyway, I was a little sad that it wasn't a real werewolf, but I also liked that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because it brought it back down. I think it would have been a little much if it actually was a werewolf, but so it like grounded the movie and made it better that it wasn't, even though I wish it was.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But.
And I kind of liked that it wasn't, from the fact that, like, so they did a good job of not showing it at the beginning, which I kind of liked. Because I was like, if you don't do it right, then it gets, like, real awkward, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it's, like, I don't know. It's just not, like, scary anymore. Or, like, not, like, tension. You're like, great, there's this cheesy thing. So they started showing it, and I was like, okay, like, the little clips that they show were, like, decent, right? Like,
Right.
for a film this size, you're like, all right, that's pretty solid. And then, like, knowing that it's not a full werewolf, it almost, like, makes it better. Because, like, then you can't be like, well, that was a shitty suit. Because it's like, well, is, you know, not real.
Yeah.
So that, like, makes it better, too. Like, kind of.
Like, it gives it a good reason for it not to be perfect.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say. And I feel like that'll help the film age, right? Because it doesn't have to be perfect because the dude was wearing it. I thought that was smart.
And then he executes the guy just like the kid asked.
I know, like 6 shots to the
Blast
face.
him. He's like, just
Holy
shoot.
cow, yeah.
Exactly how the guy says, too. He's like, just shoot him in the face a bunch of times or something like that.
Just shoot him.
And he just did it straight
Don't
up.
take him
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I don't know. Just
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was clearly overkill.
right.
So-
I mean, it was, but yeah, it's a movie.
It matches his character, for
Right?
sure.
Tim, do you have any more notes, Sam?
Let me double check here.
Ooh, Sam does. So
Ooh,
while you're
get
looking,
after it.
let's get after it.
So, okay, so the whole time, you know, John's, like, on the edge of an alcoholic, and then they try to show the scenes where he's, like, turning into an alcoholic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the one that I kind of had beef with, just because I don't know anything about physics, and I don't know if this is how it would work like this, when he, like, falls on the oven, and the oven, comes open and it shatters, I don't know. To me, that just seemed, like, over the top, but, like I said, I don't have a scientific background to know if it would do that, but I just feel like it wouldn't.
They're pretty
Thoughts?
sturdy. Well, it depends if the oven is, like, locked in. You know, when we were buying our house, they're like, oh, you need to do that. But my dad was like, unless you're going to stand on it, you don't need it.
Right.
So if it's locked in, yeah, it has a better chance.
Okay.
Because it's going to bend otherwise, right? Like,
True.
the whole oven would go forward. That being said, I don't know. He crashed into it.
Yeah, and like now he can't use his oven anymore. That's rough.
Tim, what did you think, Tim? Sorry, because I know you're trying
I
to
thought
get
it
in
was
there.
okay. I don't know.
Like,
I didn't have
it.
an issue with it. Yeah, it was believable enough. The part that wasn't believable to me was an alcoholic that, I mean, he hadn't drunk in a while, drank it in a while.
Drinking a drunk?
From what you assume or whatever, but
Yeah.
he doesn't seem like he drank a lot and then he just like crashed.
It was like
Yeah.
2 beers.
Yeah,
And I'm
that
like,
was and then, you know, Listerine, but that was about
That
it
was weird.
for, like, I don't know.
Listerine's like, what, like 0.5% ABV?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty low, but I feel like they've talked about people that do that.
Yeah, Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know that I've
Sonny.
started scenes. I
Yeah.
heard that somewhere else. Of
Because
course.
they realize they're alcoholics, so they had to at least keep a
Right,
little
a
alcohol
little
in their
Listerine.
system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or we're
No,
gonna
but
crash.
I don't know. I feel like when we were first getting into him, like kind of going down the spiral, that was one of the scenes, and I was just like, that just seems like over the top, personally. But at the same time, I don't really know. And then another scene that confused me is he pulls his tooth out when he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
like I don't get that.
I was like,
Is
oh
that a
shit, he's
thing?
gonna turn into a werewolf.
Yeah,
And then-
like I was like, I don't understand why he pulled his tooth out.
I don't know what that was.
Most of this lake was filled with red herrings.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Maybe that's that's literally all that it was. But I was just like, am I supposed to know about this? Like, do people
Right.
pull out their teeth? Like, so there were a few.
I
scenes
was
where
wondering if it was something to do with alcoholism, but I don't know.
yeah, but I don't really know.
Again, we're not doctors. Is
Yeah.
that your last one, Sam?
Yes.
Tim?
I have none.
All right. Let's get to the cast.
Thank you.
John Marshall is played by Jim Cummings. And no, it's not Pooh Bear. Yeah, Sam picked this movie and she's like, it's by Jim Cummings. And I'm like,
Not the
Okay,
same. And I
not
was
the
like,
same.
okay.
okay. So he wrote and directed Thunder Road as well, which won a bunch of like indie film festival awards.
Nice.
So that's what I was talking about, Tim. Good news.
Yeah.
The actor is the director.
Yeah.
So he's also a cop in that one, which I found kind of funny. He's also in Block Island Sound and Greener Grass.
So other films.
Yes. Now we're going to get to the people I know. Detective Julia Robson is played by Ricky Lindholm. She's in 5 episodes of Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
She's in Knives Out. She's a Thornby. She's the Walt, like the son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Walt's wife.
Yeah,
I
with
still
the
know
little
a
Nazi
picture.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she's Duncanville. She's in that show. What did you know her from?
I guess Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, she's in 5 eps of it. She's Julia. Random name.
But I don't know who she is. So.
But Sheriff Hadley is played by Robert Forster. This was his very last film he ever did. Yeah.
Really?
Yep, he just recently passed. He is in Mulholland Drive. Jackie Brown. Isn't that one? Is that the Tarantino film?
No idea.
Anyways. And then Olympus and London Has Fallen.
Noise.
Is that where you know him from, Tim?
I
The
guess
sheriff?
so. I feel like I've seen him in a lot of stuff, but
He had like 189 credits.
yeah, I
I
feel
wrote
like I've
3.
seen him in a bunch.
Yeah, he's a decently, like, he's not unknown.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't seem like a fresh face.
PJ Palfrey, the dude at the beginning that
Boyfriend.
the boyfriend whose girlfriend got ripped to shreds.
Yes.
He's played by Jimmy Tatro. He's in a new show called Home Economics. It's like on network TV with we just watched the movie with him last night. Eric
Topher
Foreman.
Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace. That Sam just said. Yeah. He's like in that show with him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also in King of Staten Island, Stuber, and then 22 Jump Street.
Gotcha.
He plays a frat boy in so many things.
That's like his typecast.
I know, like he just kind of rocks it,
He
and like good
nails
for
it.
him. You're getting paid to do bro role. That's got to be pretty fun,
Yeah.
right? But like I said, the director is Jim Cummings as well. The budget was $2 million.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. Like that's how I knew it was an independent film. It wasn't like 50. But the tagline for this is "Welcome to Snow Hollow."
Nice.
Works.
Yeah. Outside of that, I'm gonna just get to the ratings because I have no other notes because there was no trivia other than this was the dude's last film.
Okay.
The critics gave it an 89%.
Dang.
Audience with a 65, IMDb with a 6.2, and Google with a 79%. Yeah. It had a good amount of reviews too.
Nice.
Yeah, with it being released during 2020, like I don't even bother looking at the box office. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's
That's
just-
not fair.
it's not realistic to compare like a box office. Like we're gonna have a year where box office bust is gonna be like never picked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
sense.
let's go with Tim first. Tim, will you flip this on?
Yes. I mean, I love this movie.
No. After being like, oh, man, I was so into it.
Yeah, I was super into it. I mean, I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea. I wouldn't entirely classify it as a horror comedy, but it does fit.
Yeah.
There
I
are
think
comedy aspects.
Yeah, there's aspects of it that do fit that. And like I said, I chuckled at a couple of things. I don't know that I said that, but for the most part, I don't know. I mean, I like horror.
Yeah.
So this was just kind of good. I don't know. I don't even know that I call it horror. It's just kind of a
I call it a
thriller
mystery.
sort of,
Yeah.
but it wasn't even like a high end one. You know, it's not like super like you're just kind of like watching it and enjoying it rather than like trying to figure stuff out because there wasn't a
Yeah.
lot of like Knives Out-esque sort of stuff to where it is a
Right.
mystery and you're given information and you're trying to put stuff together before the movie ends, you know, before they do the big reveal. And in this, they don't even show like the guy but once that actually is it. So you don't really have much of an opportunity
Yeah.
besides 2 scenes or so. No, I thought it was a great movie. And if somebody's looking for something to watch, they want to try, you know, Epics or whatever on Amazon for a little bit and watch this and maybe some other stuff, I say go for it. For sure, a flip it on and just kind of a chill, fun movie if you're into this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'll go next. I'll also flip it on. I enjoyed it. It's a short one too. It's not even an hour and a half.
It's not a commitment.
It's not. It's not like Pulp Fiction where you're like, huh, I've been here for 2.5 hours and it's just now wrapping up.
Some of our episodes are more of a commitment than this. Twilight? The Happening?
Twilight and Happening might come close. We're talking like 5-minute differences
Yeah.
here. So if
But
you
anyway.
remove the credits, we might be buttoned up with it.
Yeah.
But I did like it. I would say it's like a mystery at its core. And then I guess I would go horror as the second genre.
Yeah.
And then horror comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a comedy. It has comedic aspects.
Yeah.
but that doesn't make a movie a comedy. I don't know why it's listed as a comedy.
Yeah.
Like
I can see why it is, but I don't think enough of it is to be classified. I don't know. That's my argument with it. Like, yeah, I can understand why it is, but I don't think it should be listed necessarily as one. But
yeah.
Now, I don't know if IMDb has this in alphabetical order, but it's listed as comedy, horror, thriller.
Gotcha.
Which is alphabetical.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Their sort just might be ABC.
Yeah.
So, how about you, Sam? You flipping it on?
I'm like so torn on this movie. I was thinking about it today. Like, we were just like walking around and I was like, God, what am I going to say? Like, I don't know. Because, like, here's the thing. I desperately wanted it to be a horror comedy because, like, that's my jam. Mm-hmm. And like we said, it's like kind of just not. It's like we finished the movie and I was like, that was weird. But I can't tell you, like, if I liked it or if I hated it. Like, I'm solidly on the fence. So it kind of does actually hit the mark with The Dead Don't Die because that is so strange and weird, right?
Yeah.
And so I can see plenty of people finding that hilarious, me, and plenty of people finding that, like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Most people.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like this, like, kind of toes that line, right? Like, it's not quite to that extreme, but it's just, like, very funky.
Yeah.
And so I don't really feel like it should be punished for that, so I'm going to say flip it on. Because I can't say that there wasn't really stuff that I disliked about it. The stuff that I wanted was for it to flesh out more, like I said. Yeah. Which is usually not my stance, but, like...
Normally Sam's like, cut this, cut that,
yeah,
cut there.
But I think there were some things that were just, like, kind of played a little weird, and I would have liked to seen if they could, like, weave some more story in there. But yeah, like, I didn't dislike it. It was just so weird. And so I almost just, like, want more people to watch it because it's weird, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those movies.
Yeah, and, like, if we were, like, at a hotel, Epix was there, you saw it, you'd probably stop.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if it's better with, like, more people. Because, like, as Tim was describing, like, his thoughts on it, I was like, well, yeah, that was funny. But, like,
sometimes we get, like, super serial when we're recording, like, doing a recording, like, a movie. We're watching a movie for the podcast. We're, like, intensely watching this film.
But, like, we weren't doing that. You and I were, like, bantering back and forth about it. So I feel like it was still an enjoyable experience. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Flip It On. Just because I want more people to watch the funk.
Yep.
Nice. So going to next week, we got the spinner up. Tim's up to bat. Let's see what he's going to get. Maybe he'll get wordplay finally. I don't know. Oh! He got director's cut!
Nice.
So Sam and I are going to pick a director, probably off screen because it's easier.
We had to do the deliberation.
Yes. And then Tim's going to have to pick a film based off of that.
Nice.
Sounds good to me.
Quentin Tarantino again?
No. I don't have 3 hours.
Yeah, same.
All right, Sam. She-wolf us out. Give us just that woo.
Ow.